A good friend I grew up with is a poet. I said, how did you choose to be a poet? And he just said, I can't not do it. And I feel exactly the same way about music. I just can't not do it. One of the most amazing things about being a human being is having music. I come from a very sort of normal American, if that's possible, sort of WASP background. And so I learned piano and flute and all of those things.
I'm from Bulgaria. Bulgaria is an interesting country. It was communism for many years. My dad was a musician and he played weddings. So being a musician was a little bit getting away from the communist regimes and getting his own ways. And coming here to the States, my dream was to really meet somebody, play music, and I'm really glad I met Paul.
Let's try it with the chords. It wasn't until I started to teach English as a second language I realized that there were a lot of world musics out there, and usually they were dismissed because Americans didn't understand them. They were relegated to sort of, oh, isn't that cute or quaint.
Years and years ago, before Kyklo existed, Paul took me to a Balkan band concert in a rug store in the Lost Barrio. And I had no idea what was going on. And we went there and he just said, you have to hear this music. It's really incredible music. And I just got taken with that music. And then Paul started Kyklo with Anton, started playing. And that was, 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Nobody can pronounce the name of our band. We had to choose a name fast. I remember that for like Tucson, meet yourself. It means circle in Greek. Red looks more Bulgarian, right? And this is kind of too Greek. This is too like...
Sometimes lately we've been very inspired with ancient music too, but yeah, the Balkan music is great for me because it brings me home.
We have a nice expanse and expression of Latin music in this community and some other places of the world, but this sort of really specialized area of Eastern Europe and Southern Mediterranean music is very special and very unique. And it really comes from their true lived experiences. And that's what I think is so beautiful about their music.
I do like to listen to it because it's just really beautiful music. It just makes me feel joy inside.
The guitar was my main instrument. My dad was a guitarist. Once I left the country, I got very into the folk traditional music. So I built my own tambura, actually, here. And that's a Bulgarian kind of like a little guitar.
Yeah, we can already start that.
I always liked bagpipes. They're a very special instrument. It's made out of a whole goat. Basically, it's the whole skin inside out. I always wanted to learn the mountain bagpipes that are bigger. So I was able to get a set, and I've been practicing and play the bagpipes as well.
And you play very well. I mean, when you go back to Bulgaria, you play in ensembles.
Well, I had a group there. Now I play with sometimes with different people, groups, and we play in festivals, definitely.
My main instrument is the Gothic harp. So I've been doing that for many years. I mostly play woodwinds. I started on the silver flute like most people, but then got into the Irish flute. That changed with the Turkish ney, which is in-blown, and then the kaval for Bulgarian music, and then the shakuhachi. I also play a Chinese instrument called a guqin, which is a very ancient zither.
I love it because it kind of transports you. I go to support my friend Paul, who plays in the band, and I've been watching them play for a few years. I love that about Tucson. You can experience different cultures here.
Kyklo is unique. You know, it celebrates diversity in a very real way. And for me, I find that inspiring because I love to discover the world, and Kyklo is kind of a window into another place.
A traditional musician is not somebody who's just doing something from before. It's somebody who is approaching the music with certain sort of sensibilities. So you'll have a lot of new traditional folk music, new traditional bluegrass, new traditional Irish. It's fine as long as it's kind of continuing whatever that something is that marks that tradition.
When we play, sometimes there's this moment of improvisation, so in the middle of the songs, and I could feel what Paul is feeling. It's really somewhere in some Turkish village out there.
Trying to really understand what these different human groups were doing with music and how beautiful it was, but to my original ears, when I first heard it, it didn't work for me. It sounded noisy, it sounded like it wasn't supposed to sound. And so for me, it's been very transformative. Not just listening to records and reading about it, but to actually participate, to go to learn the instruments from people, from teachers in those countries, and to continue to participate with a lot of respect. Thank you.